For centuries, the cigar has been more than tobacco. It's been a symbol of presence, power, and pause. But for the beginner, that first smoke can feel like a mystery wrapped in leaf and legend. Today, we unveil the ritual. From selection to ignition to that final exhale, this is your complete guide to smoking a cigar the right way. The first step in this ritual is choosing your cigar. And here's the truth. You don't need the most expensive stick in the humidor to enjoy a good smoke. Price doesn't equal pleasure, not at first. What you really need is a cigar that suits your pace, your level of experience, and your palate. Something mild, forgiving, and flavorful without overpowering. We recommend starting with a mild to medium-bodied cigars like Connecticut. These are easier to enjoy because they don't overwhelm your taste buds, and they allow you to tune into the nuances without battling intensity. For example, the Perdomo Champagne 10th Anniversary. Smooth, creamy, and consistent. It's got just enough flavor to keep things interesting without being too bold. The Oliva Connecticut Reserve. Light on the palate with a silky smoke. Subtle notes of cedar, coffee, and cream. Or classics like the Romeo y Julieta 1875, known for its balance and earthy tones. And the Monte Cristo White series, a refined choice with hints of vanilla and sweet spice. Avoid full-bodied cigars on your first smoke. These are rich, peppery, sometimes spicy or leathery. And while they're enjoyable to seasoned aficionados, they can be harsh for new palates. Let your taste evolve. Cigars are a journey, not a race. Now let's talk about size, a factor many beginners overlook. Cigars come in all shapes and lengths, but two sizes stand out as perfect for starting out. Robusto, typically 5 inches by 50 ring gauge. Toro, around 6 inches by 52. Why? They offer a great balance of smoke time and draw. Not too short that it ends quickly. Not too long that it feels like a chore. A Robusto will last around 30 to 45 minutes depending on your pace. A Toro can give you a bit more, closer to an hour. Once you've picked your cigar, feel it. Run your fingers gently across the wrapper. It should be firm, but not stiff. Slightly springy, like a well-padded leather armrest. Consistent in texture, not lumpy, cracked, or brittle. If you hear a crackling sound or it feels like it's crumbling, that cigar's been dried out, and it won't burn right. If it's rock hard in one area and soft in another, that's uneven rolling. The draw will be frustrating. Move on. This isn't just a stick of tobacco. This is craftsmanship. A handmade product, carefully rolled, aged, and wrapped by experts who've spent years mastering their technique. A good cigar tells a story before it's even lit. The oils on the wrapper, the aroma, the construction, these all whisper something about what's inside. So don't rush this part. Choosing your cigar is like selecting a bottle of wine or a good book. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Before you cut, take a moment to understand what you're holding. A premium cigar isn't just tobacco rolled into a cylinder. It's a carefully structured creation composed of 3 key parts. The foot. This is the open end of the cigar. It's where the flame begins your experience. The body. The longest section. It's the barrel of the cigar, where the flavors develop as the oils and tobaccos burn slowly over time. The cap, the sealed end. This is what you cut, and it's more important than most beginners realize. Look closely at the cap. You'll notice it's rounded, like the back of a spoon, and you'll see a slight curve in the leaf where it joins the body. That's called the shoulder. And here's the crucial part. Your cut must land just above the shoulder, right where the cap meets the body. Cut too far down. The wrapper might unravel mid-smoke. Cut too high. You'll choke the draw and ruin airflow. This tiny decision, a few millimeters of precision, determines how well your cigar performs. Bad cut equals bad draw equals no flavor. Take your time here. You're working with something crafted by hand, often by artisans who've rolled thousands of cigars before yours even existed. Now let's talk about the cut. There's something deeply satisfying about a clean cigar cut. It's decisive, deliberate, and it sets the tone for the entire session. We recommend using a double-bladed guillotine cutter, the gold standard for a clean, symmetrical cut. Not single blade, not scissors, and definitely not your teeth. Hold the cigar firmly but gently. Line up the blade just above the shoulder, as we covered earlier. Then one quick, smooth motion, no wiggling, no sawing, no hesitation. This isn't a scene from a mafia movie. It's a refined ritual. The goal: a clean circular opening that lets air move evenly through the cigar. Want to try other styles later? A V-cut creates a wedge shape. Great for deeper draws and more smoke. A punch cut makes a small circular hole. Neat and perfect for smaller ring gauges. But if this is your first cigar, stick to the classic straight cut. Master the basics, then experiment. And if you're investing in the ritual, don't overlook the tool itself. At Fluid & Fire, our cutters aren't just functional. They're crafted to match your style. Heavy in the hand, sleek in the finish, and razor sharp where it counts. Lighting a cigar is not about brute force. You're not trying to set it on fire like a matchstick. You're trying to wake it up, slowly, respectfully. Use a butane torch lighter. The clean flame ensures the tobacco stays pure. Or, for a more old-school approach, use long wooden matches. Never a Zippo. The fluid can taint the cigar's flavor. Here's the ritual. Hold the cigar at a slight angle, with the foot close to the flame, but not touching it. Rotate the cigar slowly, allowing the edges to toast evenly. Think of it like browning a fine steak. It's about building flavor, not burning. You'll see the foot start to glow, a gentle, even orange. This is called toasting the foot. Once evenly toasted, place the cigar in your mouth and bring the flame back. Now take slow, steady puffs as you continue rotating. When the ember is lit evenly and glowing, remove the flame. You'll feel the draw open up. The smoke flows easily. That's your ignition point. A signal that the ritual has officially begun. From here on, it's not just about smoking. It's about experiencing. Now the real ritual begins. You've made the cut. You've toasted the foot. The ember glows. Now it's time to smoke. But not the way you might think. Do not inhale. This isn't a cigarette. A cigar is meant to be savored, not consumed into your lungs. Here's how to do it right. Take a gentle puff, letting the smoke fill your mouth. Let it rest for a second. Appreciate the flavor, the body, the aroma. Then exhale slowly through your mouth or nose, depending on your comfort. Think of each draw as a conversation with the cigar, not a race to finish it. What are you tasting? Earth? Spice? Cedar? Leather? A whisper of sweetness? That's the blend of the filler, binder, and wrapper working together in harmony. Every cigar tells a different story, and it's your job to listen. Pace is everything. One puff every 30 to 60 seconds is ideal. Any faster and the cigar will overheat. And when that happens, bitterness takes over, and the flavor gets sharp and unpleasant. Let the ash build naturally. You don't need to tap it constantly. A solid inch of ash acts as insulation and shows off the quality of the roll. When it's time to remove it, do so gently, roll it off, don't flick it. You're not dealing with a cigarette. This is a crafted experience. Act accordingly. And if you're pairing your smoke with a drink, choose a whiskey that complements, not overpowers, the cigar. A bourbon or a single malt with smooth caramel or oak notes works beautifully. The right pairing elevates both elements. The cigar amplifies the drink, and the drink amplifies the cigar. Every good smoke has an end, and how you finish says everything about how much you respected the experience. When your cigar gets too hot, or when the flavors begin to fade, that's the sign it's time. But don't stub it out like a cigarette. That's a hard stop to what should be a smooth fade. Instead, set it down in the ashtray. Let it extinguish itself, quietly, dignified. You'll notice the smoke trail get thinner, slower, until it disappears completely. There's something poetic about that. letting it go on its own terms. Whether your session lasted 20 minutes or over an hour, you've now completed something centuries old, shared by legends, thinkers, and rebels alike. And now you're part of it. This wasn't just a smoke, it was a ritual. At Fluid and Fire, we believe that the tools you choose matter as much as the ritual itself. Whether you're looking for a cigar cutter that feels like an extension of your style, a humidor that stores your collection with pride, or a torch that lights your cigar the way it was meant to be lit, we've curated accessories for those who don't just smoke, they savor. For those who respect tradition but live with bold refinement. Subscribe to our channel for more guides like this. Plus, pairing tips, lifestyle insights, behind-the-scenes stories from the cigar world, and exclusive content for modern aficionados. This is Fluid and Fire. Refine your ritual, ignite your style.